Okay, problem number 9 says find the generating fraction and continue the series for 2 more terms. So I look at the footnote here and they say this is a third order one. I'm certainly going to go to the whiteboard to do it. I'm going to write the whiteboard down. It's going to be more work, and I'll write it down. And again, this is number, let me make sure I'm doing the right thing. It's number 8, right? Let me make sure of that. I got a little confused there. Oh, I'm sorry, number 9. So I'll write down number 9 for you. So number 9 is S is equal to, and it's 1 plus 2x minus 3x squared plus 6x cubed minus 7x4 and then plus 10x5 minus 11x6 plus yada, yada, yada. All right? Let me make sure I copy that down right. 1 plus 2x minus 3x squared plus 6x cubed minus 7x4, 10x5. Yeah, okay. So let's they say it's a third order. All right, let's write this down then. So let's write down AX. Well, you're going to get AX plus 2AX squared minus 3AX cubed plus 6AX4 minus 7AX5 plus 10AX6, yada, yada, yada. All right, let's put the next one down. And this is going to be BX squared now. So what do you get there? You're going to get plus BX squared plus 2BX cubed minus 3BX4 plus 6BX5 minus 7BX6. That's tough to write down, isn't it? Let's keep moving along. Let's go to the next one, which can be CX cubed times S. Well, I got to write it down, don't I? So what's it going to be? It's going to be, let's see, I'm multiplying by x cubed then, right? CX cubed. So it's going to be CX cubed. Let's see, plus 2C x4 minus 3C x5 plus 6C x6. All right, we're going to add these together like we've done in the past with the assumption that things are going to be disappearing. All right, so what do you get? You get S, and then you get 1 plus AX, I don't know what A is, plus BX squared plus CX cubed, and this is going to be equal to 1 plus 2x plus AX, excuse me, minus 3x squared plus 2a x squared plus b x squared. All right? So I got troubles now. I'll tell you what the troubles are. I got to write down these things that are going to be disappearing, and everything forward is going to be disappearing. All right, let's write this down. So there's 3 unknowns now. Now let's write the first one down. So it's going to be 6 minus 3a plus 2b plus c must equal 0. Let me just see if I did that right. And this is going to be what? 6, I'm doing the cubes, minus 3a, 2b, and then c would equal 0. Let's go to the next thing, which is going to be the fourth powers, right? So you get minus 7 plus 6a. Let's see, minus 3b, and then plus 2c, right? That should also equal to 0. I got 3 unknowns. I need 3 equations, right? So I got minus 7 plus 6a minus 3b plus 2c. Let's go to the next one. And I got to be careful here. That's going to be 10 minus 7a. A lot of work, though. Plus 6b minus 3c is equal to 0. Let's see if we did that right. 10 minus 7a, 6b, minus 3c. All right? So I'm going to write this a little bit differently. And what I want to do is let's go over here and just write this down, because it's more difficult. It's not like a 2 by 2, it's a 3 by 3. So I'm going to write it as 3a minus 2b minus c is equal to 6. Okay? I'm going to write this one as 6a minus 3b plus 2c, that's a b, is equal to 7. And I'm going to write this one as, let's see, 10, 7a minus 6b plus 3c. All right, I'm going to use an augmented matrix. And it's tough. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for me. 3, 6, 7, minus 2, minus 3, minus 6, minus 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to look for easy things to do. And I'm going to say 2 row 1 plus row 2, give it to row 2. All right, so I'm going to write that down. Two row 1s would be 6 minus 4 minus 2 and 12. 6 minus 4 minus 2 and 12. And then row 2 would be 6 minus 3, 2, and 7. Let's see, what would you get? You get 12 minus 7, 0, 19. All right, I'm giving that to row 2. I'm going to get my eraser out because I really, rewriting these things over and over again is probably not productive. So 12 minus 7, 0, 19. All right, I'm going to go into another one, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 3 row 1s plus row 3 and give it to row 3. Let's write that down. 9 minus 6 minus 3, 18, and row 3 is 7, minus 6, 3, and 10. You're going to get 16 minus 12, 0, and 28. I'm going to write that down now. 16 minus 12, 0, 28. Now, granted, I'm not saying, I'm not prone to error. I am prone to error. And sometimes even doing simple things, I make mistakes. But I kind of need to move forward. All right, we have a key to look at, too. And the first thing I notice is that row 3, I can reduce the size of it, all right, by just simply taking row 3 and multiplying it by 1/4. All right, let me do that. What would you get? That would give me 4 minus 3, 0, and a 7. And get my eraser out. And it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work. All right, get my eraser out. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm ready, actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do minus 3, row 3, plus row 2, and give it to row 3. So what you get? Minus 12, 9, 0, minus 21, 12, minus 7, 0, 19. And what do you get there? 0, 2, 0, minus 2. All right, put that in. I'm going to put it in row 3 now. And I get 0, 2, 0, minus 2. Now, by the way, I want to point out that this is kind of easier for you to read now. And some say, oh, could you keep going and going and going? You can, but I'm not going to keep going and going and going. What am I going to do? I'm going to write it down. So what do you get? you would get, this would be 2b would equal minus 2. That means b is minus 1. I'll put a little box in that. That's important to me. I'm going to go to this equation. What is going to be 12a? And then you're going to get minus 7b's, which would be plus 7, equals 19. And lo and behold, a turns out to be a very easy number as well. It turns out to be 1. All right? And then I'm going to use this equation here to figure out the remaining c in the problem. So a is 1, so I get 3. B is minus 1, so I get plus 2. And then I get 1c, and that's equal to 6. So c would equal to 1. All right? A lot of work, and I'm not saying it wasn't a lot of work. But now the question is, wow, all that work. Why did I do all that work? Well, I'll be honest with you. The reason I did all that work is now I know this over here. So let me write this down for you. S, you're going to get, let's make sure it is going to be 1. What's A? It's 1. So I get x. What's B is minus 1, minus x squared. What's C? C was 1. So it's going to be x cubed. What do you get on this side over here? Let's write this down. I got to write it down, right? So you can get 1 plus 2x. What's A? It's 1, so plus x, minus 3x squared, plus 2a. That's going to be 2x squared. And what's B? That's going to be minus x squared, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take this. I'm going to write it down over here. So S, well, the bottom is 1 plus x minus x squared plus x cubed. What goes on top? Well, let's write it down. 1 plus 3x. And then you're going to get what? Minus 2x squared, right? Okay, this is my first milestone. And someone says, what do you mean your first milestone? That's when you look at the answer key and you see how you did, right? Because this is tough. I'm not saying it was easy. Let's see if I got that. All right, so I'm looking at S. Did I get the S? This is the, whoops, sorry about that. Did I get the S in the problem? Well, they said 1 plus 3x minus 2x squared. 1 plus x minus x squared minus x cubed. Whoops, I made a mistake somewhere. So let's see where I made a mistake. I made a mistake in the C. And I see it now. And I'll write this down. I'm glad I looked. So this is not plus C. I want to point out the mistake comes from here. It's actually minus C. I made a mistake. And if I make a mistake, I'm going to correct it. So what would C have to be? It would have to be minus 1. All right? So I'm going to correct that now. And I'll be more careful next time. I'm not going to redo the whole problem for that one tiny mistake, though. But if I really screwed up, I'd have to do the whole problem again. So what do you get over here? It's going to be minus 1. All right. And Don says, what's the next milestone? Well, the next milestone would be to break this into partial fractions. All right? Now, granted, kind of looking at it, I want to point out, it's a long problem. There's no doubt about it. So partial fractions, we've done this many times before, right? 1 plus 3x minus 2x squared. And what do you get on the bottom? Well, I'm going to factor that, and that's going to be, let's see, 1 plus x. And then I'm going to factor out an x squared. And that would be x, I'm sorry, that would be, get my eraser out. And again, we want to get to our next milestone now. This would be 1. Whoops. Well, I really jumped backwards, didn't it? It's going to be 1. I did it again. Something's wrong with my thing over here. And why is it so jumpy today? Oh, I know why. I had the wrong pen chose. So it's going to be 1 plus x. Let me keep writing it down. we want to get to our next milestone. And this is part of your study habit, to get the milestones, see if you can match an answer key. Well, this is going to be 1 plus x, and then it's going to be 1 minus x squared. Let me write that down for you. Let me see if I got this right here. 1 plus x. And let's write this over here. That would be 1 minus x squared. There might be something wrong with the key now. I'm looking at it and see if I got something wrong here. 1 plus x. And I need to really be careful about this, because I'm actually looking at my key to see if I'm at a milestone. And I'm looking, and I got the 1 plus x, factored out the minus x squared. I think that might be a mistake in my key, by the way. Yeah, let me write this down. Maybe not. Let me keep going. And what do you get over here? 1 plus 3x minus 2x squared. And then you get 1 plus x squared, 1 minus x. Now I'm going to write my partial fractions down. Relatively simple to do. It's going to be a over 1 minus x plus b over 1 plus x plus c over 1 plus x quantity squared. All right? I'll do this is still s. And I need to write this down now, don't I? So it's going to be, I'm going to multiply both sides by the LCD. 1 plus 3x minus 2x squared. And you're going to get a 1 plus x squared plus b 1 minus x 1 plus x plus c 1 minus x. I need to pick an easy x. And I'm going to tell you, I think the easiest x to choose would be x equals 1. All right? Let's see what we get. On the left side, you get 1 plus 3, which is 4, minus 2, which is 2. On the right side, what are you going to get? I got to be careful here. It's going to be 2 squared, which is 4a. The other two disappear. So now I know a is a half. All right? That's good news for me, by the way. And let me see if I did that right. Yeah, I think I did okay. All right? Let me keep going. Let me do another easy one. I'm going to pick x to be minus 1 now. And you would get, on the left side, 1 minus 3 is minus 2, and then minus 2, minus 4. And if you chose minus 1, what would you get? The first term would disappear. The second term would disappear. Third term would be 2c. So what tells me c is minus 2. All right, now I'm going to choose x to be 0. And you get 1. And let's keep moving through. And if I do that, let's take a look at what we get. I'm going to be really careful here, right? So it's going to be 1/2. That's what a is. And 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. Now, I don't know what b is. I have no idea what b is. But I chose 0, so that would be 1 times 1, which is 1. C is minus 2. And what do you get there? You get 1. All right, because 1 minus 0 is 1. I think I can get b now, so I'll write this down as 1 equals 1/2 plus b minus 2. 1 equals, well, you know what? Let's multiply both sides by 2. you would get 2. 1 plus 2b minus 4. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, I'm okay. So let's keep going. You would get 2 equals minus 3 plus 2b. And then I'm going to get 5 equals 2b. And I'm going to get b is equal to 5 over 2. All right, a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. So much that I don't even see where all the problem is, all right? But, you know, let me start writing this stuff down for you. That's a half. What was b? B was 5 halves. All right. All right, what's C? C was minus 2, right? And let me write that down for you. You know what? I got to erase that plus sign too, don't I? All right. And we have some troubles here, don't we? And I'm going to start to erase things. And I want to go to the answer key now to see if I met the milestone. I want to look at them one at a time, see if I've got it. All right? Get my red pen out. And I want to see, did I get this guy here? Did I get 1/2? I did. They wrote it a little differently, though, but it's still the same one. And did I get the 5 halves? Yep, I got this one, too. And did I get the minus 2 times? Yep, I got them all. That is good news. And then what you have to do is, I guess you got to write down AN, right? And let's take a look at that. And we need to do that, don't we? Let me think a moment. I know what S is. And here comes my trouble, right? Trying to write down a series for this. And someone says, what's the actual question? The actual question is, find the generating fraction. I've done that. And continue the series for 2 more terms. Well, that's a lot of work just to get 2 terms, right? And let me see what I want to do. I don't know if I want to get the nth term. And the reason why it looks like it might be a lot more work than I expected. And let me just think about this thing over here. You know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to do long division. And I'll tell you the number one reason why. I think it's going to be easier for me than writing down a general term and then generating 2 terms. Let me write this over here as 1 plus x. But I found the fraction. I know that. I got that part. It's right over here too. And I got the decomposition. But I'm starting to realize I think it might be easier just to do a long division. I'll write this over here. And one thing nice about long division, I'll be able to verify I got the right answer. And I'm dividing this into 1 plus 3x minus 2x squared. All right. 1. Not that bad to do, right? I'll write it down for you. 1 plus x minus x squared minus x cubed. All right? I'm going to subtract now. What are you going to get? 2x minus x squared plus x cubed. All right, going to go to the next one. How am I going to match that? Plus 2x. We'll look at the key later, by the way. What do you get there? 2x. And then what do you get there? You get 2x squared. and then you're going to get minus 2x cubed. And then you're going to get minus 2x4. I'm going to subtract minus 3x squared plus 3x cubed plus 2x4. No matter what I do, it's going to be work, isn't it? So minus 3x squared now. Minus 3x squared. Minus 3x cubed. Plus 3x4 plus 3x5. Well, we're going to subtract. What do you get? 6x cubed minus x4 minus 3x5. Repeat. What's the next term going to be? 6x cubed. Well, we got to go more, don't we? What do you get there? 6x cubed plus 6x4 minus 6x5 minus 6x6. Subtract. All right, we're getting close. What's the next term going to be? Minus 7x4. What do you get there? Minus 7x4. Minus 7x5. Let's see, plus 7x6. Plus 7x7. Subtract. All right. This plays a good check in the problem, by the way. Minus x6, minus 7x7. All right, I'm going to go back up here, and now I'm going to put plus 10, x5. Let's see what we get. 10x5. Boy, I wish my paper was infinite. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move it over. I'm going to go over here now. Let me erase. And to brief, I need more room. All right? So I'm going over here now. And I got to do this again, right? So what do you get? 10x5, 10x6, minus 10x7, minus 10x8. Subtract. And what do you get there? Plus 3x7 plus 10x8. Wow, got to keep going. Minus 11x6. Minus 11x6. Minus 11x7. Plus 11x8. Plus 11x9. All right, at least they're easy to multiply. What do you get over here? Let's see what you're going to get there. You're going to get 14x7. And then you can get minus x8, minus 11x9. All right? Before I move on, I want to go back and look at the problem, make sure I got the terms right. So this is a good check anyway. We did the first problem, we did the same thing. 2x minus 3x squared. I'm just looking at S for the original problem, minus 7x4. Wow, we got every single term. Now, of course, what do we got to do? We got to match that. So what's the next thing we're going to multiply by plus? These are the terms we want to write down. 14x to the 7. Let's do that. You're going to get 14x7 plus 14x8 minus 14x9 minus 14x10. subtract. And this will be our last step, by the way. What do you get over here? And then we'll check the actual terms if we got those. So this will be minus 15 x8. By the way, I don't have to do anything else. And the reason for that, all I got to do now is add that on now, which is minus 15 x8. These are going to be the two additional terms. And, you know, this is where I'm going to really check myself. Was I able to get that? And let me see. Now, of course, they did more. I'm not going to do more. I'll just do what's required. Because let me make sure I read that. Yeah, 2 more terms. So did I get 2 more terms? I did. The 2 more terms are these 2 over here. And I got those. They did more than that, but we did that. Now, again, I want to repeat, you know, it's a long problem. I'm not saying it's not a long problem, but, you know, divisions do work. They work nicely. When I got to the partial fraction thing, I kind of said I don't want to do that anymore. And I went to long division, all right? I found it easier. But again, your mileage may vary, all right? Thank you for paying attention, though.